There's nothing holding it on the bottom or top. It's so cool. It's it's got paddle shifters. It's got cool. I'm gonna stop there with the with the steering wheel. Hey guys, it's Anthony from Just Keep It Fresh. Today we have an amazing special car, and I know every time I say this car is special or amazing, I mean they're actually special and amazing. But this one's just a little bit more special than all the other special cars. So don't think about all the other cars. Think about this one right now. This is a special vehicle with only one in Queensland right now, and probably 6 in Australia. This is as rare as it gets. It's so rare, it's almost like seeing a pigeon flying in the middle of an ocean, which is weird. And that's how weird this is in Australia. The customer actually bought this and imported from England, right? So that he has the Type 2 charging capabilities. If you don't know any technicalities, don't worry, we won't get into it. But if you do, you know what I mean. And this car is really, really cool. Honda has done such a good job in replicating what the current market wants for an EV vehicle. Every time I look at this car, it looks like Wall-E, you know? Have you seen that Wall-E? Have you seen Wall-E before? Well, that's what he looks like. And he looks exactly like Wall-E. And the cool thing about this car is it looks so retro. And that's the kind of look that Honda wants to get with this car. I don't know if you've seen the actual concept vehicle for the Honda E, but actually looks pretty much 85 to 90% identical to the actual concept of this vehicle. Now, this vehicle is completely electric. As I said, this month is EV month. We've had Teslas, we've had Ioniq 5s, we've had Honda E. I think we're getting BMW i4. I think there's even a BMW iX coming in September. So we're getting a lot of cool vehicles, and this one is one of them. Just looking at the body of this vehicle, you can tell that the customer actually loves this vehicle a lot. There's lots of scratch marks. We call them love marks, and there's love marks everywhere. Now, the reason why the customer loves this car a lot is because this car is actually going on tour all around Australia, right? And he wants to, the customer, he wants to make sure that this car, which is not, readily available in Australia right now, can become readily available in Australia. Hopefully Honda will see that Australia is also an EV capable market to be able to produce EV cars for Australia. It's weird where they can produce Teslas and all these other cars, Nissan Leaf and so on, but yet Honda chooses not to give Australia the market for this Honda E. So Honda, please, we do have a market for EV. I worked for Tesla before. I've seen the exponential growth for Teslas. There's a huge market for these kind of cars. Bring them in. The more of these cars we get in, the more other people will start bringing their EV as well, which would be absolutely awesome. Talking about getting on tour, as I said, there's a lot of love marks on this car. So what does love marks mean? Just the customer wants to make sure the car is actually clean. So what he's done, I think, he's probably gone to like one of those automatic car washes, taken the brush and brushed it. So he wanted the car to look good for his tour. But unfortunately, what's happened is that there's a lot of scratches all around the paintwork of the car because of those brushes. And our job is to give a proper solution tailored for the customer so that he doesn't have to damage his car anymore. So he doesn't have to spend time washing on the go anymore. I think that's one of the pain points the customer's gonna have. If you're driving all the way from Brisbane down to Canberra, down to Adelaide, if you wanna do a car show, is that you need to be able to have something on your car to allow you to make cleaning an easy, accessible, and a smooth job. And right now, it doesn't look like that. It looks like he has to rush everything to get it somewhere. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get rid of all the contamination we see over here today, and then we're gonna get rid of all the scratches we see here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply dual layer infinite coating onto this car so that number one, it's gonna be tough when he's driving all the way down to wherever he's going. And number two, it's gonna be super, super repellent super hydrophobic, so that when he washes his car, it's going to be very easy to wash. It's going to be a very simple process, something that's not going to take a long time, okay? And the car's going to look like a show car. So after we apply this, it's going to look so glossy that you'll realize it looks like a freaking show car. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, before we go to the inside, I just want you to have a quick look at the outside. This car looks absolutely amazing. There's actually no side mirrors, if you see. This is all camera. So this thing actually shows you what a side mirror will show in camera form, and you have all the mirrors. We say mirrors, it's actually screens inside that functions as the mirror. Now, all the wheels look retro as well. It's actually for function. It's all aerodynamic, so the customer can drive the car and be able to not lose range with the airflow. So when it comes to like EV cars, they all have a specific function. Inside as well, we're gonna have a look at the inside later, and we're gonna have a look at the different materials that Honda has used to create this amazing space to be sitting in when they're driving wherever. So let's have a look. Coming into this interior, you can tell that this car really embraces the fundamental of being retro and also technology advanced. You can see that there's actually a huge amount of screen everywhere. It's actually quite crazy to be able to see that. I think it's almost like 3 big screens in the front over here. This one to see what you're doing when you're driving. Entertainment screens over here. And also 2 mirror screens over here to see what's coming on the right or left. It's literally mirrors. I'm mind blown. This is actually just mirrors. My goodness. All the interior parts, they're just so cool. Like the dials, everything you press. I'm very impressed with this Honda. I really am. I'm even more impressed with the type of material they've used to really integrate onto the inside of this car to make it feel not cheap. That's what I want to say, not cheap. Unfortunately, with a few Teslas, Tesla's kind of getting boring now. They don't have a lot of structure into what they're doing, but I guess that's what they want to do, like minimalistic, right? With Honda, they've actually achieved minimalistic, but yet also maintain a lot of design, which is really cool. Good design and being minimal is different. They're 2 separate things. And what Honda's done, they've ticked both boxes of being minimalistic, but also having a great design. Let's look at the type of choices they've used for the materials of this car. I'm holding the steering wheel right here, and I can see that the steering wheel is it's got a bit of sheen to it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove that sheen as well and coat that. The steering wheel it's like, there's nothing holding it on the bottom or top. It's so cool. It's it's got paddle shifters. It's got cool. I'm gonna stop there with the with the steering wheel. There's wood trim over here in the center console, and there's even fabric seats. Now these fabric seats look really cool. They're like almost, I don't know if it's recycled or not, but it looks like that. It's pretty cool. On the door trims, you also have different levels of different fabrics, and they're in different colors as well. And obviously fabric for your carpets and fabric for your headliner as well. So these are the materials we'll be looking at. Number 1, cleaning and also protecting. There's always a pros and cons of having leather seats or fabric seats. The con of fabric seats is literally that liquid can seep into the seats and stain the seats or make the seats smelly. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply fabric coat onto the seats, and it will actually create a layer of coating on top of the fabric and make it hydrophobic. If you haven't seen Peter's video, Peter actually has made a video where he spread it onto a towel and put water on it. The water will not seep through, it just beads. And you can actually play with the water left to right, left to right. And that's exactly what we're going to do onto these fabric seats, the headliner, and also the carpets down here. That's pretty much it for the inside. Oh my god, the inside looks so cool. There's like LED lights on the back here as well. And look at the seatbelts. They match the wood. So cool. Anyway, that's that. Let's get to the wash part and decontamination part and the prepping part. Let's go. All right, guys, we finally finished coating this car. It looks absolutely amazing. As you can see, the color just pops right now. The cool thing about this car is the customer actually bought this car to get from London so that it could be in Australia on tour. Again, this car is not from Honda in Australia, so the customers actually championed to actually bring this vehicle to become a mainstream vehicle in Australia. So again, it's a tour vehicle. The reason why he wanted to look like this, number one, because it's going to be a showroom vehicle, right? So now it does look like it's a showroom vehicle. It's like showroom state right now. It's like state of the art. But number two, we realized that he had, I guess, a pain point where we saw all these scratches. Looked like he was washing it really quickly into like the washing stations, the automatic car washes, and you can see that there was scratches everywhere. So we actually had to get rid of those scratches. One of the pain points for us in removing those scratches was that the paint was actually quite thin, and we actually think that, you know, with the new cars coming out and manufacturers trying to pump cars out there, trying to save on cost and mass manufacturing, they actually, I wouldn't say the quality of the paint's lower, but definitely the paint is a lot thinner. So it's much more delicate to really get the scratches off. So we have to be very, very careful. Just a simple wipe with a little bit of a cloth, it would generate some scratches. So we actually had to be super careful with the car. But now the customer knows that it's double layer ceramic coated on this car. It's completely protected. Now, the two functions, protection, right? And now it's looking like showroom condition. But the third thing is we have addressed that pain point. If he has time to bring this car into a car wash to scrub, then he definitely now has time to just bring this car in for a quick rinse and a quick wipe. That's how quick and easy it is to maintain a ceramic coated car. Rinse, shampoo, dry. That's it. You don't have to brush like you have to. It's going to be an easier process for him, and every time he does it, it's going to turn out looking like this. Now, this vehicle is protected, and it looks the way it does because he wants to go on tour again. As I said that before, he's going to Canberra, he's going to Sydney, he's going everywhere. We want to make sure the car looks glossy on the road and glossy in the showroom. This is not the only vehicle that's hopefully coming to Australia, right? The Model Y is coming out, the Model X, we've got Model X i4 over here, we've got Model 3, it's all sorts of EVs right now. And we want to make sure all our EV owners know that it is actually worth getting your car coated so that you don't have to worry about getting it scratched or UV damaged or whatnot. This is gonna have, again, the 3 words, peace of mind. You're gonna have a peace of mind on your vehicle, about your vehicle, getting protected in Australian weather. I hope I've answered a lot of your questions. If you have any other questions, don't forget to comment below. We'll reply you as soon as we can. If you like our content, give us a like and subscribe. And remember guys, just keep it fresh.